What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. I am obviously away from my computer right now. I am not going to be at my computer for a little while. I'm out taking care of some stuff. But something just happened that I think is fairly significant with the Seahawks, so I want to be on top of it. I want to jump on this one. So, going to go ahead and cut a video on my phone, which we haven't done in a while, but hey, maybe some of you guys missed the phone videos. Maybe it's been years, I don't know, but yeah. We're doing a phone video for this one because I want to get on this now before the hammer swings, because I don't want to hype anybody up too much, but I feel like this is, we're winding the hammer back, and the hammer is going to swing in maybe the next day or two. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I feel like what happened today means something. So today at 4 Eastern, so 1 o'clock Pacific, so at this point basically like 4 hours ago, the NFL, we hit kind of a checkpoint for teams getting under the salary cap. Basically, by the time you got to that time of day, earlier today, like 4 hours ago, every team had to be under the cap. You had to find a way to get under the cap. Whatever it took, you were going to have to restructure players or cut players. But by 1 o'clock today, you had to be under the cap, I believe is basically the idea that it works. The top 51 rule goes away. And some teams made moves because they had to get under the cap. And there were a couple teams that made moves because they wanted to be more under the cap than they currently are. Like the 49ers restructured heavily a couple of guys on their team to clear significant cap space. I believe they were over. I could be wrong, but they cleared a lot of cap space. There were a couple other teams. The Broncos did a little bit of restructuring on Tim Patrick, and the Seahawks did as well. The Seahawks restructured a contract today. Jamal Adams. So Jamal Adams moves about $6.6 million in cap space, or a cap hit, from this year to next year. So first of all, well, actually it would be over the next 2 years spread out. So 3.3 next year and 3.3 the following year, I believe. So Jamal Adams just got a little harder to cut next year, so that's one element of it that people may not be thrilled about. However, it does mean we clear significant cap space for this season. Again, about 6.6. It's slightly more than that, but call it 6.6. That's more than you need going into a season. Now, if you have it, great. But generally speaking, an NFL team is going to need anywhere from 3 to 6 million in cap space at the start of a season to feel comfortable they can make the moves they need to make, because injuries are going to happen, promotions are going to happen from the practice squad, etc., etc. So we didn't need to clear that space because, according to what I've been reading on field goals and my own calculations, after everything was accounted for, the 53 players, the IR, the PUP, the injury settlements, the practice squad, after all that was accounted for, the Seahawks had somewhere around $2 million in cap space. So with this move, it's gone up to about 8.5 to 9 million in cap. 8.5 to 9. And that's more than you need. Now, it's great that we have it, but there has to be a reason why we cleared more than we needed. If we were only going to clear what we needed, we probably would have just restructured like 2 million on Jamal's deal, gotten to 4 million in space, and called it good. But we decided to go all the way up to 6.6, and we currently are sitting on somewhere around 8.5 to 9 by my calculations. So what I'm trying to say is I think a move is coming. I think we're going to sign somebody or trade for somebody. Something is going to happen. There has to be some reason why we cleared this space. Like, if it would be one thing if we had just cleared enough space to get through the season maintenance-wise. Like, you need, like I said, about 4 million should be good. 6 million at most, but 8.5 to 9 million, something's about to happen. We're going to sign somebody or trade for somebody. I'm going to go ahead and put that down now. If we don't, then we don't. But I'm feeling like a move is coming. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's going to be Chris Jones. I don't think it's going to be Brian Burns. I don't think it's going to be Chandler Jones. I don't think it's going to be Aaron Donald or anybody like that. Maybe DeForest Buckner, you can squeeze him out of Indy. I don't know. They seem pretty stubborn about that. Maybe it's for somebody who's a little bit less of a name, like a Grover Stewart. But I feel like something's going to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and put that out there right now. I don't think you need $8.5 to $9 million in cap space going into a season. I just don't. So, yeah, definitely going to keep an eye on things for the next several days here. If something was going to happen, you would think it would happen now before the season starts. I guess it could go past the first week, but I feel like there's a reason why we did this. Maybe it's something as simple as signing Chris Wormley or Matt Ioannidis to beef up our defensive line depth. But John Schneider was talking the other day about making another move. So, hey, feels like there's something in the air here, but we'll keep an eye on that. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. But we clear $6.6 million in cap space by restructuring Adams, and that's going to make it harder to cut him next year. But in the meantime, it may make us better. All right, see you guys later. Go Hawks.